Welcome to the REALL Academy, brought to you each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by the
Systems DoctHers,
Dr. Sheka Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor, best-selling authors, consultants, and speakers of Create and Educate LLC. Create and Educate LLC is an educational consultant and literary firm that provides professional development to schools and community. Their goal is to transform organizations with the REALL Resilient framework used to increase their school report card grades 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. REALL stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. When the work is manageable, teachers and leaders don't stress out or burn out.
the Systems DoctHers
Alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. The implementation of the alignment framework prevents some of the most common problems in education, where leaders sometimes aren't sure where to start, or in our new age of educating, leaders need a trusted sounding board that allows them to be vulnerable and transparent, preventing loneliness at the top. The framework doesn't just help leaders, but also prevents teachers from burning out from too many initiatives and embracing teachers as they are the experts. Finally, the framework extends to the children, helping them get engaged in school and solving a nationwide problem. Alignment systems are frequently referred to as a key element of success in the improvement process. In the sport of rowing, all rowers must put their oars in the water succinctly, creating a system for their boat to reach maximum speed. So schools that want to improve are bringing in
the Systems DoctHers
to teach them all about the alignment systems that must be in place for school improvement to be accomplished at high levels. The dynamic duo provides insights into educational topics through their international platform, which includes educators, parents, and community members as a way to support important entities that make communities thrive. This is their way to pay it forward and provide the support they needed through their platform. Take a look. People who work with the
Systems DoctHers
describe them as an excellent and inspiring group of leaders. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their Trustmate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
It's Super Saturday, everyone. Welcome to the REALL Academy, brought to you by Create and Educate with your very own Systems DoctHers, HERS. I am Dr. Sheka Houston.
Good morning, and I am Dr. Tammy Taylor. Welcome, everybody.
Good morning. And today we are solo. The past few episodes we have had very special guests on, but today we're going to be bringing you episode 176, What If We Believed the Lie? And before we get started, we normally do more introductions, but because of we're going to be doing a year in review, you'll get to see exactly everything that we do is going to be summed up there. So without further ado, let's say hello to our REALL fam that is joining in with us this morning. I'll do our REALL fam roll call. AP Patrick Lawrence, good morning. Dr. Rella Hicks, good morning. Mr. David Bell from Benton Harbor, Michigan, good morning. Stacy L. Joy, Principal Sean Hurt, we enjoyed you this morning, and we'll see you in just a few minutes over on Principal Kafele's platform. Melissa Jones-Chunu, Mr. Sherrod Laws, Kenyelle Williams, And there is the GOAT himself, Principal Kafele, and we've been enjoying you and Dr. Chester for the Kwanzaa presentations each night. They have been phenomenal. And I see Melissa, Miss Dot McKeever Jeter, Chancellor Richard Davis, September Devance Vance Daniels, and let me see if I missed anybody. Dr. Kimberly Odom, our Create and Educate fellow consultant and friend. Thank you all for joining us this morning. So again, episode 176, what if we had believed the lie, is really a testament to the story of how we came about as far as our journey to create and educate. Many of you who are our regular followers and our real fam members have heard us tell the story of us going through the school improvement process and being made out to be incompetent leaders because our schools were failing at that point. We were told that we would not be able to turn the situation around. We were not given any support. We were put on improvement plans, and the expectation was for us to fail. So when we say, what if we had believed the lie? What if we believed what we were being told, that we were incompetent, that we would not be able to dig ourselves out of the ditch, that we would not be able, with our phenomenal staff members, be able to raise our school report card grade levels, 2 report card grades in 1 year at my middle school, and 3 report card grade levels, 2 points from excellent at Tammy's elementary school. If we had believed that lie, we would not be sitting before you today, nor would we have come across any of you or the opportunities that we have been afforded. So we wanted to take that time to look at the year in review as a way of thanks, just because we're thankful for our journey. So I'm going to put this up on the stage so you can see. We just have some. So the one thing, we definitely wouldn't have the platform. If this is your first time tuning in, we base everything around our framework that is in the form of 3 systems. So the framework that you see here: respect, excellence, accountability, literacy, and leadership, is taught in a 3-form system. Tammy, you want to go over the 3 systems?
Sure. Our systems are defined as systems of respect, systems of excellence, and systems of accountability. And if you follow us, it kind of makes sense to you, I'm sure, because it's based on the REAL acronym that we created during that time when we were working to pull ourselves out of the abyss that we found ourselves in, that Sheka kind of just highlighted. And and I see on there, you guys are saying, thank y'all, Principal Heard, Sherrod, don't believe the lie. And that's what we're here this morning to say. Like, you can't believe what people are saying, because inside, like there's always this thing that motivates me. When you say that I can't, okay, then I show you that I can. But the lie sometimes, and I think the reason that it's important to really take time to encourage other people is sometimes that lie can become so overwhelming when you're facing so many different obstacles and you are where you are. It's a real thing. You're in a real place, and that place is not a good place. You have to be able to stand up and encourage yourself that we're going to get through this. And our way of getting through that was by working through that REAL acronym. We knew that in order to move and make substantial changes, and those changes had to happen very quickly, we had to have a respect platform for working with our staff, working with our students, and working with our parents. And then the rest of the acronym, you guys hear it and see it just about every week, but it's excellence, accountability, literacy, and then leadership. We have that second L because through all of what we had to go through, and every obstacle that we were up against and what we had to face really still came down to the bottom line, and that was us really executing strong leadership to move our schools from where they were to where they went.
Most definitely. And this is just the real systems formula that we use. You're going to start with that what, and you're going to take that and put it up against the messaging plus the effective process. Your effective process includes the who, the when, and the how, and that is going to give you success, and you'll have a way to measure your success over refinement, where you are looking at was that what you implemented or intended to do? Was it successful? How do we need to refine it in any way? So this is our formula for those systems. And every system that you put in place, this is the formula that you use to make sure that you're flushing it out properly. And we just told you what the systems were. So a year in review, this is just looking at a lot of the things that we do. Not only are we paying it forward each Saturday as a part of the Fantastic Four network, which is just a blessing in itself to be a part of the Fantastic Four, but we also started with conducting business with schools, where we showed and we continue to show entrepreneurs, authors, small businesses, the best approach and the best ways to do business with schools. Right now, the state of affairs for education, I think we are in desperate need for innovation, the way that things are going. And there are a lot of people who have phenomenal things that could be used in schools to engage students. And so we teach them how to best approach that process. A lot of times, equity is not centered around those processes. So that was one of the things that we looked to do with conducting business with schools. Did you want to talk about the Real Me for Girls, Tammy?
Yeah. So we have so many different reels because, again, that's the premise that we base the work that we do on, keeping things real. And when you include those aspects of the acronym in the work that you do, it allows for you to refer to our systems, and those systems work in any aspect of leadership and any aspect of school. And the beauty of it is they're not just systems for adults, they are systems that transcend the generations. And because of that, we have now a real academy that we are working through for girls. And that's a very, very important thing to us because as females, we definitely want to see young women empowered to become strong women in the work that they're going to be faced with doing. And we have a framework for that where those young women are able to work through these different activities to become real women. But when you are looking at the Real Me for Girls, this is designed to create a space for young girls to embrace those things that make them who they are, that help them to know how to make good decisions and to be able to authentically respond to the things that they are facing today that are honestly much different than things that we even had to endure when we were their ages. So we have a Real Me for Girls, and We never leave out our boys. I don't know if Sheka has that up next or not, but that's also a part of the work that we're doing. And that Real Me for Girls is something that has really taken off. And the girls that have been able to be participants in that have thoroughly enjoyed it, and we've gotten really good feedback. This, of course, is something that we consider in the beta process because we are continuing to make changes to the Real Me for Girls to make that a system that can be utilized in school programs before, after school, as well as boys and girls clubs and all those things that allow for the empowerment of young ladies within your programs, because that is truly something that's really important.
Most definitely. And shout out to the Virgin Islands Schools of Technical Studies, who they're piloting the program. They're the ones who are giving us the phenomenal feedback. Principal Rogers had a great vision for this with some young ladies at her school that is working really well with. And on the horizon for 2025, we have something coming, a partnership possibly with Miss Tracy Berry McGee. She is the founder of I Define Me. So what we're hoping will be the culminating activity for the children or the girls who go through the Real Me for Girls program. At the end, there will be a I Define Me, the Real Me for Girls event where the young ladies are presenting who they are through their own lens of their creativity. And if you've ever been to a cotillion, or if you know about cotillions, as growing up, I participated in pageants and cotillions. And I think that those types of events, sometimes they box young ladies into who they should be. The beauty of this is the young ladies get to tell the world who they are through their creative lens. So it will be a great celebration of who they are, who they've discovered that they are, and that will be a continuous, ever evolving process of who they are to become. So we are really excited about that.
And the best part of that is it's okay for the girls who are cotillion girls. Like it's fine because if that's your thing and that's how you define you, yay. But if that is not the best definition of you, and that your best definition is mad scientist, guess what? Let's bring on the mad scientist. So I just think it's a very powerful experience to teach girls at that age what most of us probably wish we knew, so that we could have avoided some of the pitfalls along the way of discovering who you are and really being okay with authentically representing who you are your way.
Mm-hmm. Our next platform is the Leadership Trustmate Institute. This is where we teach leaders at the elementary, which Tammy is the head of that institute. Middle level institute is my institute, and the high school institute is Dr. Tracy Sweely, who was on with us previously, National Secondary Principal of the Year. We teach principals the formula, the real systems that worked in our process of school improvement. And the beauty of the Leadership Trustmate Institute is that a lot of times throughout the school improvement process, you may be assigned someone who is your mentor or someone to guide you through the process. This person may have never turned around a school. Principals may not really feel able to be vulnerable with that person. The beauty of the Leadership Trustmate Institute is that it is self-selected coaching. You select us to be your coach, where you can be completely vulnerable, and we are not reporting back to anyone. The Institute is completely for you, where you are not seen as someone who does not have expertise. Your expertise is something that you will bring to the table in the Institute, because we'll be able to collaborate with other people who are in the same shoes as you. From the Institute, you take back what you know is needed for your building, or you make it to fit your building and your circumstances so that we can celebrate you at the end of the institute for making it out of that process just the same way that we did. The next thing that we're thankful for is everything that has happened with Build My Sister, and I'll let Tammy explain that one.
Yeah, so we fortunately have had an incredible year with Build My Sister. And Build My Sister is that extension of the work that was done in with my dissertation. And I'm so super excited because we, through that dissertation process, forged a very strong partnership with the University of South Carolina and Dr. Susie Hardy, who was co-chair for my committee, believes in this work so much and supports the work that Sheka and I do. She actually found funds for us to put on two live and one virtual events for Build My Sister, where we were able to bring women together from all walks of life, from states across the country, and spend time together, really just being genuine in our sisterhood and introducing them to the work that our friend and mentor, Dr. Clonora Hudson Weems, has coined through the Africana Womanism theoretical construct, which I used in my work, and just had the opportunity to create new relationships and forge some strong partnerships through the process. Dr. Hudson Weems herself actually came to an event for us. And we again had two events at the University of South Carolina and just had a phenomenal experience with those folks who have followed the work that we're doing, but also who have committed themselves to becoming Africana womanists who are going to work towards building our communities, because we do know that the work that we do cannot be done in absentia of the Africana man. So we are looking at all of these incredible ladies that come together and are willing to partner with the men in our communities to impact the way that our children can experience life, and that includes their educational processes. So Build My Sister has been a tremendous experience for us, and we continue that work with the Build My Sister Institutes, and we're going to continue to work through those things that allow for us to empower our sisters. And we believe in the concept of each one reaching one. We believe that we lift as we climb. That's a part of the work that we have committed to doing. And so what we're doing is, as we move, we're moving with those women who are partnering with us in that work.
Most definitely. We only have 2 minutes left, so I'll speed through the rest of these. This is just showing the reach that we've had so far with the platform. So again, if we had believed the lie, none of this work that you have seen so far would be possible. We would not have reached 52,000 people on LinkedIn. We would not have reached 64,000 people through our Create and Educate Facebook page. We would not have reached or had 59,000 views on our YouTube channel. And we would not have reached total 175,000 views. So we are very thankful that you all are a part of what we do here at Create and Educate. We are thankful for the Real Fam. We are thankful for your encouragement, because many of you encourage us every day, just as we're here to give you a positive message. The message that we receive and the energy that we receive from you, we're just as thankful for that. Any closing remarks,
So
Tammy?
just know, you guys, that when you hear the lie, we are here to debunk it for you. If you need anybody to tell you what the result of the lie is, we can send you what you just saw. We could have been the ostrich and hit our heads in the sand, but God had a different plan, and we're very, very thankful for the push that we have received in making sure that we are paying this work forward, because we know we could have been in a lot of different places. So we encourage you this morning to do you. We know that you can do it.
Most definitely. And I sped through the rest of it just for the sake of time. But one thing that I was really thankful for was being a part of the AVID conferences over the summer. So as we end, I'm going to end with something that I was able to do for our presenters at the AVID conference. And again, we thank you, Real Fam, for tuning in with us every Saturday. We'll be on with Principal Kafele next, so jump on over there with us. But I'll end with the end of that last show that I did for our AVID family group. Thank you all. Thank you, family. You are lighting up this room for our AVID family, and they will be able to remember this forever.